Hey everybody, and welcome to the Harrison County Library's online computer classes. My name's Jeff Conwell. I work up here at the Orange Grove Public Library. If you ever have any questions, come up and give me a holler, or you can always drop me a line at g.conwell@harrison.lib.ms.us or librarydude1999@gmail.com. Today's class is the second part of my Word class, and we are going to look specifically at Word 365. We talked a little bit about it in our last class, but what is Word 365? It is a subscription-based version of Microsoft Office Suite, and it gives you a single user, full access to every Office application, including Word. There are many similarities between Word 365 and the traditional version of Word with which you may be familiar, including Word 2010, 2016, and 2019. So the overall experience should feel very familiar to people who've used Word before. It's not going to be the same. There are advantages that are not available to the regular Microsoft Office Suite. With the Word 365 mobile app, for instance, you can insert page breaks, use more colors, and insert pivot tables out of data created with an Excel 365 app. You also get more file storage and OneDrive, which is a cloud-based storage for files you create. Remember, OneDrive is the place where you can put files like you do with Google Drive or with the iCloud. You can also get technical support and free and frequent updates to Office. One special advantage for businesses is your access to Sharepoint Online. And this is a service that includes in some versions of 365 that allows you to share and collaborate with other people, whether they are colleagues or customers. Now, this is your basic Word 365 environment. If you remember from last class, it's very similar to the way it is for the desktop versions, the downloaded and versions that you have on your computer. This up here on the top left-hand side is your Office 365 apps, where you can easily go back and forth between Word and PowerPoint, Excel, etc. The name of your document is going to be up here, and it automatically gets saved. These are your tabs. Notice that they're going to be fewer in number than you have with your downloaded version of Office that you paid the big money for. You got File, Home, Insert, Layout, References, Review, and View, and Help. We'll look at these in some detail. Remember, you got your keyboard shortcuts, and here's some more of those. This is a reminder. It still has the backstage view. Remember, you go File, New, Home, Open, Save, Save As, Print, etc. The Share button should work to where you can share it really easily with others. Your Home tab is going to be where you go and you're going to print stuff out. If you look under the tabs, the ribbon is a lot narrower than it was before. You've got your copy and paste up here, your font thing right here with the, making the font size bigger, smaller, bold, italic, underline, highlighted, change the color, and then you got even more stuff offered in these when you click these three dots. You've got your paragraph stuff here where you can add bullets and the spacing, your justifications, and other commands right here. And then even more commands that you can use if you click these three little dots right here. Your Insert tab, you can insert page breaks, put in a table, pictures, a hyperlink to a web page, reuse files, and these others, including header, footer, page numbers, and a symbol. Again, with those three little dots, that includes more commands. Your Layout, you've got margins, your orientation, the size. You can indent left or right, and spacing before and after. and the table of contents under references, your review, where you can look at your word count and have things even translated. And you got, it's still at the bottom of your page, which you can see it barely, but it says to zoom. It doesn't have the slider bar anymore, but you just click the plus to make the view size bigger or smaller. Remember, this has no effect on the size of the actual printed document that you create. And then if you want help, you can just type in your question and you should be able to get full access to help with the Microsoft team. And the fundamentals, we're going to do the same kind of stuff that we were doing last class, but I'm going to use it with Microsoft with 365. So I'm going to go to a live version of that. And let me get out of the PowerPoint. And then I'm going to open up. How do you open up my Office 365? Well, let me sign out of my account. I'm actually in my work Microsoft account. So I'm going to the internet. That's me. I got my bookmark here for right here. I'm logging in to the internet. It remembers my passwords. I've got the bookmark up here for Office. So I'm going to sign in with my email account, and it's a work account. Put in my password, and I'm going to stay signed in. Okay. The way it's set up here, you've got all your apps are going to be located here. And if you look right there, you can see them all very handy. They also give you this little navigation bar on the side. So we're doing Word today with 365. So I'm going to go there. And notice it gives me, I can just create a plain blank document by clicking that. Or I can even find more templates by clicking here. And they give you all sort of things. And if I scroll down to the bottom, I can explore all the different types of things that you can do with Word. And if I want to search for something, I have to go back and I can look at browse by category, and it gives me a list. So if I want to just say I want to get a letter, it says newsletter, so I'm going to go ahead and click on that. Let's see, newsletters. And it gives me samples to choose from. All I need to do, like if I made a company newsletter, to double click on it and I download it. Notice it gives me, I can share it with social media, with either Facebook, LinkedIn, or I can email the link to a person, or myself in that case. But if I want to just put it on my computer, I hit download and it goes down, gives me where to load it to, and it's going to open up in Word. And notice down here at the bottom it says, if I have on my computer Microsoft 97 all the way to 2013 or 2003, it's a template from that, then the older versions of Word can't read the newer versions, but the newer versions of Word and all the other Office stuff can read the older versions. So I can just download it and use it. But I want to go back and just make a plain blank document. So I'm clicking the back button. And I'm just going to make a blank document. And here's the setup. Now, if I increase the font size of everything, all it does, increase the size, the zoom of it. All you're going to see on that is notice that the top of the page doesn't get bigger. If I hit Control and plus though, it still doesn't do it. Okay, so you're going to have to bear with me on the rest of the class to get through, if you can see what it says here. So if I create a document, if I close it out, let me give it a name first. I'm going to do this and name it whatever I want. So I'm going to say Word 365. I'm going to name this Word 365. And it says, as soon as I do it, it's got the name there, it says saved. So all I have to do is just start typing. Okay? So the way I did it before was to start typing the document. Basically, that's as easy as it gets, right? So I'm going to say, good morning. I did Lincoln before. I'm going to say good morning class here. How are you? Okay? Now, if I want to make this one sentence, I can below, but all I got to do is hit enter, put it down below. So I want to make the print size bigger. Remember we did before when you left click and you drag, it's called highlighting. Again, I can click, click, click. It just clicks one line when I click all that. So I want to highlight everything, so I'm going to highlight, left click and drag everything. And it gives me automatically the things I can do with the writing styles. Like remember we talked about Tahoma being a really good font. So if I want to change that to my favorite font, Tahoma, I click the down drop arrow. And it doesn't have, I haven't used it, I have to go on I haven't used it on Office 365, so I got to go find it. It might remember it when I use it next time in Microsoft Word 365. But I scroll down, and I can even just type in there Tahoma. And it's got a lot of different fonts in there. So I click Tahoma. Okay, looks good. I want to make it bigger. So I'm going to highlight everything again, and I click the big A. Okay, so there it is. I want to make it different. I want to go and maybe make it a little bit smaller. Click the small A. Then I click the B, the big B, like that. That's for italics, for bold. Click it off to take it away. Make it italicized, like that. And then I make an underscore right there. I can even highlight it. So now it's highlighted. That is kind of always hard to undo. Remember, I think if it still works to undo it, all I'm doing is pressing Control and Z. If you get lost in any of this, that's your magic button. I hope if you come away with one thing today, Control and Z is your friend, okay? But when I highlighted everything and I couldn't get out of it, see with these others, when I click on it twice, like I click on it once to make it italicized, if I click on it again, it takes it away. But when I do the highlighting, because I have to highlight it again, okay, it's still there. So what did I do? I hit Control and Z to undo what I just did. So, do it again twice. It's gone. Okay. And then, let's see the other stuff you can do. Change the font color. So if I go, the default is of course black, but if I change it to, let's do blue today. and I actually want it, maybe it's too light. I want to make it a little darker. It's got more colors down here. Of course, I got that blue right there, but I click there, I can go anywhere in here and make it whatever color I want it to be. So it is. So anyway, I can change the font color very easily. Now this is clear formatting, so now it should go back to the way it originally was before I did anything. But I want to undo that, so I'm going to hit Control and Z and make it the way it was before. Now this more options, I click on that, it gives me a way to change the case of it. Remember we talked about how that big A and small a together, it's still there, but you have to hunt for it in those three little dots. That's like, if you remember from my Google class, how they had the menu options hidden away on those three little dots. Well, that's become like a symbol for more stuff. So whenever you want to see it, you click on those three dots, and I'm going to make it all uppercase. Well, I didn't highlight yet, so I'm going to highlight it, click those three little dots, and then make it all uppercase. So now it's all uppercase. So it looks good. Okay, maybe I want to center this, so I highlight it all, and this is the indentation. Right there is the alignment, and that's where you make it either, it's center. It's always going to be on the left-hand side because, of course, in English we read from left to right, but I want to center it, so I put that. And then if I want to, like if I'm doing a date, like say I want to put a date at the top of the page, I'm going to use the scroll bar to go up to the top. And notice that I have the ruler already set up on there. It doesn't, if I say ruler and check it off, it's going to go away. But I like my ruler up there to see how much space I've got. In fact, if I want to make the margins narrower, I'm going to go to page layout, I hit margins, and I do narrow. And you see that gray area or whatever, it's smaller than it was before. So now I've got plenty of space. So I want to insert the date up here. So I'm going to go up here to the top. What I did was I clicked the cursor so where it's right on the left-hand side of the G, like it is right there. And then I hit enter a couple times to make me some space. Now I want to put a date at the top, so I can hit insert. And then I can say, where they don't have date in here, and they don't have more in here. So let's see what they have on this drop-down arrow. That's page number. I can put symbols in here. That's not, I can put emojis in there. And if I want to put a date, I can go, let's see, no add-ins. I can go to the store to get more stuff, but you have to have it where it's free. I know at the library, I don't have what they call computer rights, so I can't install anything on this. But if you have your own personal PC, you can add stuff in there at cost. Maybe some stuff may be free, but anyway, I'm going to look, insert date. I'm just going to say date and see if I can get some help for adding let's say insert date. I don't want to type it. I'm really being lazy. I want to see if you look at, I'm going to pop up open an old, this is Microsoft, the one that we looked at last time, okay? If I hit insert and I say date and time, I can just put like this. Today's date is that. So I put this, and then I hit insert date, and I want to put it in letter form, so I write that there. Let me backdate this and make it to be not today's date, but let's let's say the 20th of October. I'm just highlighting the words and saying 20 October. Okay, so now this is backdated. I want to do something similar to that with Office 365, but have to get help. Insert date. Click insert and then either date and time. So I'm in insert and I go to, let's look at the help they give me. To insert the current date and time, we can use the below shortcut. If I hit Control and then Control plus Shift will give me the current date and time. So this is allowing me to do it with Excel. Control and Shift plus. Control and Shift. That is only in Excel. So I can't do it in Word. Okay, so it's not doing it. All right, that's one thing I really do miss that it doesn't have as much stuff as the downloaded version of. Of course, it's cheaper, I think, than downloading or buying the actual software that you put on a computer. But this is the way everything's headed. Anyway, I'm going to insert a picture, nice happy picture. Okay. I'm going to insert a picture, and I'm going to say from stock images or even Bing pictures. Let's do Bing pictures. I'm looking for, let's do a beach. So I'm going to put in a picture of a nice beach for you. Actually, I like that sunrise. Now I've picked out two pictures. I just want to put one picture. But notice when I click on it, it makes a little check mark, so I'll know which one's which. So I'm inserting this picture. And again, these are called handles, the little white buttons that you see. And I can grow and shrink the picture down by different ways of doing that. One of the things I can do is just click on one of these two arrows. I can make it bigger by clicking on that, the up arrow, make it smaller by clicking on that, or I can bring, if you're good with the mouse, bring your cursor over to the little dot, the handle, and you can do like that. And if I wanted to put that picture not in the center of it, but to the side, I'm going to go to my justification and put it like that. I just clicked on, justified it to the left, and I can put it to the right, like that. Let's just leave it in the middle. I'm going to use my Control Z button to do that. Okay? So you're not given it as many formatting options for the pictures with Word 365 as you can with the downloaded version of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the picture, let's put Good Morning Class in front of the picture. How would I do that? What I'm going to do is, first of all, I'm going to just click on the picture. I'm going to say wrap text and put that means for this formatting, for this picture, because I have it highlighted, you see the handles, that means I've basically highlighted the picture. I'm going to say behind the text. So watch what happens. When I do that, the picture is in front of the text. I don't know why I did that. So let me do this again. I'm going to say layout. Oh, hold on a second. Do it again. Wrap text behind the text. Okay, there we go. So let me center this again. The picture is going to be centered going to the justification, and let's see, why am I doing it? Home and alignment, not letting me align it. What? Wrap text. Okay. So I want to show you how easy it is with the downloaded version of that. I'm going to not even have to change the picture out. I want to copy everything that I'm doing with this right here. I'm going to copy and paste it into that Word document. I'm going to go here and I hit copy or Control and C. And then I'm coming to this blank document. Let me take this out. Well, now I'll leave that up there. Okay? And I'm going to hit paste without as it is by just hitting that. I don't have the picture, so I'm going to have to get the picture. How do I do that? I'm going to hit copy again and see if it lets me copy the picture. It didn't let me do it. So what I need to do is either get another picture of a beach or see if I can save picture. It doesn't allow me to save the picture. So let me go to the net and get a picture of a beach. So I'm going to the internet again. I'm going to say beach. Get an image of a beach. I might even find the same one, but if I don't, I'm not worried about it. I'm going to just copy this picture. And I come to this. I'm going to hit paste. Okay. Now I'm going to take this picture. Notice it's highlighted again. I've got a lot more options with the downloaded version of Office, of Word 360, of Word. And now I'm going to say wrap text. I'm going to say tight and behind the text. So now the writing is right where I want it to be, except I want to lower it some, and I'm going to make it bigger, and I'm going to make it a brighter color. So you can barely read it because it's blue, like the picture. So I'm going to highlight the writing, for one. I'm going to make it bigger. And then I'm going to change the font color by going to that A that's got the underline, the red underline on it. I'm going to make it white. It's still a little off. Let's see bright yellow. You still can't read it. A lot of different colors to go through. Okay, that's a little bit better. So that's how you would do that, is to wrap the text. You hit wrap text, and then you say, click that again on the picture, wrap text, and you say behind the text. So now it's back behind it. And then the writing is in the front, and you just do what you do to make it readable. Okay? Now I'm going to insert a table. So what I do is I'm going to hit insert, and I say table. Now if I do, like, I want to say this many columns and this long, this many lines, well, it's not really that easy just to make. You could copy in regular Word, and you hit Control and C, and then if you come down below that, if you hit Control and V, it makes more lines. That's kind of like the not so easy way to do it, But if you want to make it from the scratch, you know exactly how many columns and how many lines you want. I'm going to hit the Control and Z button again to undo all that. And I can just hit Insert Table, and I say, and click down below where it says Insert Table. I know I want a chart or table that has 3 columns. So I click the down arrow to where it says 3, and say I want 20 rows. So I can either just click in here and type out 20, or use the scroll little arrow there to put that in, and then I hit that, and now I got a chart. And if I want to say, like, I want to fill the top chart, make it dark to where I can put a header above that would stand out, I can say change colors, and that should fill it with blue. Let's see, table, and then editing. Nope. Border color, and cell shading, sorry, that's where it is. Put like a blue color, and now everything's blue. I can put in my text, and I'm going to say ABC, but I want it all to be, in this column, I want it all to be the same color. So I'm going to hit that and say, go back to my home, select the type of font I want, and I want everything centered. So I'm going to click that. But I'm going to put A, and let's put it in bold. And I'm going to change that to white. That's A. And then the formatting is not going to be the same for all 3 columns until I highlight everything. So I'm going to go ahead and say white, bold, and then when I click on this, I forgot to put centered. And let me just go ahead and individually do that. Click that and center, and this one, center, A, B, and C. And that's how you insert a chart. Well, that's it for today. I hope y'all stay tuned for next week's class when we're going to do Publisher, which is actually not on 365, but there's a lot of options that you can do with Publisher, which I would love for you to see. Remember, if y'all got any questions, drop me a line. My name is Jeff Conwell at g.conwell@harrison.lib.ms.us or librarydude1999@gmail.com, or you can come visit me up here at the Orange Grove Library. Thank you so much, and see you next time.